Greetings, family. It's your brethren, Ross Jamal. Just wanted to make a quick commentary on a situation developing in South Africa, in which my brother Julius Malema is being taken to task by the media for some statements that he made regarding the Indian community in South Africa. But before I get into the topic, let me just say to that subscriber that caught some feelings recently about some statements I made when I made some statements referring to the Greek letter organizations in my previous video. Apparently one subscriber caught some feelings. Well, to that subscriber, I say arrivederci. We are gonna link up. It was good while it lasted, but apparently we have to separate. We have to go our separate ways. But subscriber, know this: I'm still not taking back anything that I had to say. And so, in regards to the topic of my video, Julius Malema, he really was making some strong statements recently about the disparity which exists between the black African and the Indian citizens. Okay? Now we know that in India, they preserve a tradition that we all know as the caste system. And in the caste system, they actually delegate responsibilities, positions, authority. They delegate this according to a person's skin color and their complexion. And in the caste system, a person of my complexion and darker would be doing all the menial tasks, all the grunt work, all the physical labor in India. But if you go any lighter than Jamal Curry, you will find that this person is a politician, a lawyer, a manager or assistant manager, a chief, whatever have you. The caste system was delegated according to a person's complexion and racial makeup. And so you might ask, well, Jamal, why are you mentioning the caste system in South Africa? Why would you make reference to that? Well, the reason I mentioned the caste system of India in regards to the South African situation is because Julius Malema made some very strong points about the racial disparity in South Africa, because the Boers, who believe in racial supremacy, the Boers would naturally favor the Indian residents more than they would favor the black Africans, because in terms of aesthetic differences, the white person in South Africa who is a racial supremacist would likely be more attracted, be more accepting of a citizen with straight hair, or a citizen with hair that is not like the African hair. A person with skin that is different complexion than the African citizen, right? And a person with the facial features which they believe have more similarity to theirs. And so, why do I mention this? Because Julius Malema only told the truth. Even here in the Bahamas, anybody with facial and hair differences, anyone with any aesthetic differences from the African aesthetics, is deemed more acceptable, more beautiful, more tolerable than the black African person with our facial features, with our nose, our cheekbones, our lips. Okay, this is a reality. Julius Malema only told the truth. Some people may find that a little difficult to swallow, right? Because I'm sure a lot of these people with light skin and with straight hair, they probably felt that they just were being accepted because they just so good at what they do, right? Because they just have a good heart, so they probably felt like, you know, it was impossible that they might be given a structural and strategic advantage based on their skin color, based on their hair type. But we find that this is the case consistently, and anywhere that we live, we find that we are put at the bottom of the totem pole, and we are put on the back burner whenever we are compared to other races. All right? And so in South Africa, it is no different than the racial segregation that takes place all around the world. People categorize us as being less than anyone else with different aesthetics. Okay? There's this perception that Indians are more intelligent than other people in the world. And this is being perpetuated in the technology industry and in the realm of science and medicine and so on and so forth. But Julius Malema basically spoke about the fact that the Boers find the Indians more acceptable. He spoke about some of the statistics about marriage, and he found that the black Africans do not really marry Indian South Africans because apparently in the Indian community, it is a taboo for a person to marry a person of African genetics. It is considered a taboo, and people are ostracized. People are disowned by family members for marrying Africans. Okay, so it's not that the brother Julius Malema is trying to instigate any kind of any racial separation. He is speaking about the fact that on the ground, in his experience and in many others' experience, he found that the Indian African, or the African resident that is originating from India, is considered more acceptable, and they are given more opportunities. They are allowed a more free reign in the market than anyone else of African descent, a black African person. And so I just wanted to comment on this and lend my support to the brother, because clearly it's not a racist statement from Julius Malema, because one of the sitting members of parliament from the Economic Freedom Fighters is an Indian. Okay? So I'm sure that it was not said from the position of a bully. He's just speaking about what is the reality on the ground, the fact that Indians have been given a strategic advantage over black Africans. And this is the truth, I believe, around the world. Dr. Walter Rodney, peace be upon him, a very revolutionary scholar, he spoke about the fact that in Guyana, the Indian population was brought in to subvert the black majority, and so true to his Willie Lynch philosophy, the white oppressor in the Caribbean used a battle of racist identity, a battle of ethnic identity, to create division and to prevent anyone from toppling him from his position of control. So they brought in Indians who they employed more from a position of favoritism. They employed them more than Africans. They facilitated their development more than Africans. And so you found that Indians became persons in a strategic advantage in the Caribbean over the black African, the indigenous African. Okay? And so I just wanted to comment on this. Let me know what you think. This is not just conjecture. I'm speaking about actual facts. But if you have any differing opinions, let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are about this issue. I would encourage every African person to support Mr. Malema in his struggle to level the playing field, to put right where right should be and wrong where wrong should be in regards to the treatment of Africans on the continent. Okay, so I don't think we should have anything negative to say to Mr. Malema. We should applaud him for being bold enough to say what many have been wishing to say for a long time. But let me know your thoughts. Peace and love. One love.